On the day that was supposed to be the happiest of my life, he stood in front of everyone I loved and destroyed me. Pause. In front of 200 guests, he mocked me, exposed my past, and walked away, leaving me in a white dress, drowning in silence. Pause. But what he didn't know is that I wouldn't stay broken. I would rise, and when I did, I would take everything from him. Pause. My name is Maya, and this is how I got my revenge. Chapter 1, The Love That Lied, 045 to 400. I met Aaron when I was 22. He was charming, funny, and broken in just the right way. Pause. He just lost his job, was behind on rent, and claimed the world had betrayed him. Soft. I believed him. I offered him more than just love. I gave him my savings. I cooked for him, cleaned his apartment, helped him rebuild his resume. I was proud to love him. Pause. And when he finally proposed, it felt like my loyalty had been rewarded. We planned a small wedding. I paid for almost everything. He said money was tight. Again, I didn't complain. I wanted to start our life with grace, not greed. Pause. But that grace would become my weakness. Chapter 2, The Public Execution, 4 to 6. It was a cloudy afternoon when I walked down the aisle. I could feel my heart trying to leave my body. Everyone stood up. The music played. And Aaron looked strange, nervous, almost excited. Pause. Then he stepped up to the mic. Before the vows. Cold. Before we do this, he said, I need to share something with everyone. Pause. I froze, and then he said, Maya isn't who she pretends to be. When she was 17, she slept with her married professor. She lied to me. I can't marry someone who hides things like that. Pause. Gasp. Silence. Then whispers. Laughter. Phones. Pause. He dropped the mic and walked away. Soft. Slow. I stood there, frozen, shaking. My father pulled me away before I collapsed. My brother tried to chase him, but he was gone. Pause. By morning, it was on social media. My name, my dress, his mic drop. Chapter 3, The Fall, 6 to 9. I didn't leave my apartment for 6 weeks. I turned off my phone, quit my job, slept on the floor, ate nothing but crackers. I blamed myself. I hated myself. I believed him. Pause. Until I saw him on Instagram, smiling, starting my new journey, a new business, clean heart, fresh start. Angry, clean heart? After what he did to me? That was the moment the pain began to boil. And I whispered to myself, whisper, he made a public scene. I'll give him a quiet destruction. Chapter 4, The Plan, 9 to 12:30. I changed my name legally. I cut my hair. I moved to a new city and applied to a company that directly partnered with his startup. I used a new resume. I was hired within 3 weeks. I started as a digital strategist, quiet, focused. Every week, Aaron's company sent over data. I watched. I learned. I found gaps. His company was using black hat marketing techniques, fake influencers, false testimonials. I saved screenshots every single day, soft but sharp. I then created a fake online identity, M. Lane, a journalist. I emailed 3 reporters with evidence, documents, leaks. The story? The shady rise of a startup star. Pause. It exploded. Chapter 5, The Fall of a Star, 12:30 to 4 p.m. Sponsors pulled out. His largest investor demanded audits. His co-founder, who I'd befriended secretly, resigned. Their stock dropped 47% in 2 months. Lawsuits followed, and Aaron started posting vague, desperate messages. People change. Some people can't forgive. Cold, I didn't forgive. I watched. Then I mailed him a letter. No return address, just one line. You ended your moment with a mic. I ended mine with silence, and you'll hear that echo for the rest of your life. Ending 1600 to 1730. Soft, fading tone. I didn't do it for revenge anymore. I did it for myself, to reclaim the version of me he tried to kill. Pause. And when I saw a picture of him, alone in a bar, unshaven, broken, I felt nothing. Long pause. And that, right there, was the real revenge.
Your power does. The audience stood up and clapped, and I smiled, not because they cheered, but because I had finally healed. Voiceover, calm, powerful, poetic. He thought he could control my story, so I wrote him out of it. Sometimes, revenge doesn't come with fire and fury. It comes in silence, and it burns much deeper. I wasn't the girl who broke anymore. I was the woman who rose from the ashes and made him watch. Your power does. The audience stood up and clapped, and I smiled, not because they cheered, but because I had finally healed. Example, 14-1500. Outro, voiceover, calm, powerful, poetic. He thought he could control my story, so I wrote him out of it. Sometimes revenge doesn't come with fire and fury. It comes in silence, and it burns much deeper. I wasn't the girl who broke anymore. I was the woman who rose from the ashes and made him watch.